Hey guys, welcome back. If you watched my other two videos, we covered real estate, we covered groceries and gas prices and oil, and kind of went over some basic items of why this bubble is occurring and why we're going to have probably the worst recession we've ever had. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope everything I'm coming up with is made up, and for those of you that tell me I am full of crap, I hope to God I am, because it's going to hurt this country immensely when it occurs. So today I'm going to go over the car industry and RV industry and show you why those are the next signs of why the market is set to go. So let's take a look. All right, guys. So, man, this is really tough. Everybody's under the assumption that electric cars are going to save us, okay? Elon Musk has even said that we are decades away from electric vehicles being a reality in every person's home. First of all, we don't have the infrastructure. There's no infrastructure for this. There's no infrastructure for electric cars to be able to have everybody have a plug-in, okay? The other thing you don't realize is those fast charging stations. Now, I'm not talking about the time. I'm talking about the cost. Okay? So the cost for a fast charge can be anywhere between $15 and $45 every time you do it. By the way, you know what's very interesting about that? You have to do it daily. Does anybody realize that there isn't a car out there that you can drive to from, let's use my California as an example. You can drive from Ventura to LAX. Now that's not that far. It's only 78, 79 miles, but you're in traffic, right? So you got to fast charge the car. So you're going to go to an electric charging station. You're going to plug it in. So let's just say you're spending $15 a day doing that, right? Times 5. Let's do the math. Okay, so that's 5, 2. Oh God, let's suck with math sometimes. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, 5. $75 a week. That's about the same amount of money. Around the same money you're spending in gasoline on a combustion engine with a 4-banger car. Okay, it's about the same as gas. It's funny. By the way, don't you think your electric bill is going to go up at home? You're going to plug it in at home, your electric bill is going to go up. So to tell me that electric vehicles is our savior out of this economy is absolutely dirt wrong. First of all, it's still almost double the money if you compare it. Have anybody shopped for a Tesla lately? Man. Now, if you're one of those that's let's save the world, it's the right thing to do morally, I get it. But for the guy that makes $50,000 a year, or the family that makes $50,000 a year, that's about, I'd say, I thought they said it was about 40% of the people in our country. That is not a reality. You can't go down and get a Tesla for 25 or 30 grand. You can't. If I'm wrong, let me know. But there's not an affordable electric car out there. But here's what I am going to say. I'm going to say the way out of this, when a car's become affordable in, is going to be the hybrid. That's our way out of this when it comes to gas prices. My mom has a hybrid. She gets about 65 to 70 miles per gallon in her hybrid. So she fills up maybe once every 2 weeks. So she went from spending $100 a month in gasoline to about $170. Okay? So it didn't hurt her as much. So that is going to be probably the helpful part, is getting into a hybrid vehicle. Something that is a battery, electric, and gasoline motor. Okay. Now, let me show you how the car business is going to crush us. First of all, we're going to talk about supply and demand. Everybody's telling me about supply and demand, right? Let's talk about that, okay? So let's start with trucks. That's probably been the one thing that's been brutal to this economy is trucks on average were $10,000 over MSRP. That's what they were selling for. Okay. Right now, some of them are down to 5, some are at MSRP, some are at 7,500 over, some are at 15,000 over. There's all kinds of them. The average is about 10,000 over MSRP. So you paid 10,000 over MSRP for your brand new truck, or you overpaid for a truck like a Dodge 2500. You saw a used one, it sold for 50 grand, but when it's 4 years old, it's 50,000. But 4 years ago, it sold brand new for 50,000. So it went up in value. You guys have to think about that. It's a depreciating asset. So remember, supply and demand might affect the prices, but they only affect the prices if you guys go out and are silly enough to go buy them. This is why we are killing this thing. We, the people of the United States of America, caused this problem. Okay? I'm going to summarize this all in another video. But we are killing it because of this. So, right now, truck sales and truck demand is way, way down. Why? Everybody's wondering? Gas prices. Nobody's out running to go buy a truck anymore. So demand is really low and the supply is really low. So right now they're going to kind of correct themselves. Give you an example. I have 2 friends that run truck dealerships. One runs a Ford, one runs a Dodge. Ram. They both have told me that since the beginning of March, they both, combined stores, have about 60 new trucks in stock. They have sold, both of them combined, 1 new truck all month long, and was a fleet sale to a company. So now they're starting to sit on the lots, right? Even if they have a low inventory, they're sitting on the lots. Okay. Now, for now, that's not going to be a worrisome. But when they start sitting 120 days, what does the dealer have? The dealer has a cost on those trucks. The interest rate to keep that inventory in stock is going up. The cost of keeping that truck in inventory is going up. Okay. So what's going to happen in 120 days? Well, they're going to start discounting those trucks. Now, I don't know how much, okay? I saw on TikTok a ridiculous number, 40%, sarcastically, and everybody took off with that comment. But 120 days, they're going to be discounting the trucks. What does that do to the truck that you spent 10 grand over sticker for a year ago? It devalues your truck even worse than normal depreciation. The book value on that truck will start going down dramatically. So instead of you getting a small window where your truck still got some good value to it, it's going to plummet. Okay? What are you going to do when you can't afford the truck payment? You're going to go try to sell the truck. Now let's say you go to a dealer. Okay? We're going to use this as a great example. Okay? This is the reason why this is just going to crash like a mother trucker. Just like a mother trucker, right? So let's talk about supply and demand. So now those trucks are set in stock, let's say 4 months. You can't afford your truck payment anymore because you got laid off. Okay? You bought it for 85 grand. You owe, let's call it 72, because you probably are smart enough to make bigger payments. Most guys that own trucks do. What do they say? Well, we've had these things sitting in stock. We've been selling them brand new for 60, so we'll take yours in for 52. Do you have 20 grand? You just got laid off from work. Do you have 20 grand to get out of your truck and save your credit? No. What are you going to do? You're going to take it and give it back to the bank. Why are you going to keep something you have like half value in after a year or two? It can't stay inflated, guys. It can't. There isn't enough income in this country. Now, if every single American was making 500 grand a year, you could do where the hell you want with inflation. But the average income is $47,000. That's it. It went up 2 grand compared to 2019. 2 grand. That was the pay increase. 2 grand a year. 2 grand a year does not give you the ability to buy $30,000 more truck. But we did it to ourselves. We had to get out. We couldn't lock ourselves down. We got to go camping. We got to go do this. I mean, there's all those things, right? I get it. But there's going to be a punishment for it. We just haven't seen the punishment yet. And I'm going to get into when I think the punishment will be in another video. Okay? Same thing with the RV industry. The RV industry has really slowed down. The RV industry from February 2021, from January 21 to February 21, and we're going to compare to this year, it's down 37.4%. By the way, supply to the dealers is up, and demand is still up. So why is the sales down huge? Because this is a toy, and people are seeing high prices because of inflation. So they've gotten smart. They're like, I'm done. I thought it was going to crash. Well, it will. It's just a matter of when, right? But what do? Dealers, I'm going to tell you what happened. Dealers started getting smart. Okay? There was $6.4 billion traded for buyouts. From December of the last year to February this year. What that means is mom and pop had a bitch in 2 years where they sold everything they got in stock, and they started to see this go down. And it started around October of 2021. If you don't know, you've already guessed, I am in the RV business. Okay? But you started seeing this decline in October. I started noticing, I've been in the business 10 years, and I started seeing this massive decline, right? And I'm like, man, that's crazy. Everybody's just down. I wonder why. And then you start seeing the prices started getting up and 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 up. Just getting just ridiculous in pricing. So what happened? Well, mom and pop sold their RV dealerships to big corporations like Camping World, Bish's RV, General RV, RV retailers, RVR as they call them. They sold. They got out. They were like, man, we'll sign a no compete clause for 2 years and stash the money in another thing that makes us money. So I remember that one of my good buddies that owned a dealership, won't tell you where, he sold it for $25 million. $25 million. He's out. So while the prices are high and the inventory's kind of scattered like it is, he's out. He signed a 3-year non-compete clause, and we'll see what he does with it. In 3 years, he'll decide whether he wants to get back into it or not. But for $25 million, for one lot, that sold 40 a month. That's a heck of a chunk of change, right? So that's where they're at, right? When it comes to RVs. So what is going to happen? Well, here's what's really going to happen. It's going to start with the word layoffs. And then it'll just start trickle down. So now you understand why the truck industry and the RV industry are indicators that this crash is going to occur. Next video is going to be on my prediction on when it will occur. And my next video will also cover the basics of what you can do to prepare yourself. Till next time, thanks for watching.